is taught thoroughly, extensively, continuously, with lot of conviction, that one can prevent diseases from attacking an individual by the changes in lifestyle, by changing small things in life, and by making sure that small positive health messages are propagated through communicable diseases or anything else in health. Everything needs.
You and your dad.
Dad.
No, I think we're all four of us.
Not the problem. Dads are the answer.
No, yeah. All four of us are very, very health conscious. And I think, of course, it stems from Dad being an athlete and the fact that from a very young age, they encouraged us to go out, play downstairs in the building every day, cycle, play cricket with the boys, you know, just get out of the house. I think we don't do that enough now with our kids. But another thing that I realize now is that sports was a very, very important part of my curriculum. We had sports day, and 1 hour of sports was a must in our entire 8 hours or whatever that we were in school. I don't see that happening now, you know, and I know that you guys have you know, you all had another initiative about sports awareness and including that as part of, you know, our school routine. And I think that again is something that, I mean, I've grown up, you know, so if I ever have some time, I'm going to, you know, I'll go and play a game of badminton or go for a swim. But yeah, I think kids today prefer just being at home and, you know.
They play a lot of football, but it's FIFA on the Xbox, which is slightly worrying. Or, you know, what are you doing? I'm playing football. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, but I'm playing it on the Xbox. And then that sort of ruins the purpose.
Yeah, I think if you start at a very young age and encourage your children to go out and play in the garden and play with other children in the building, learn cycling, you know, swimming, whatever it is, it has to start at that age. Otherwise, it gets very, very difficult later on in life to kind of make that a part of your lifestyle.
All right. Let's just come to a few specifics now, and I also want to start coming to some of the cases, some of the people we have out here and our special guests who can tell us some of the stories.
Despite the information and technology overload, the average educated Indian is shockingly ill-informed about basic healthcare. Myths and half-truths widely prevail. We are quick to blame work, our luck, genes, and our means or the lack of it. Fact remains, only one person can do anything about your health. You. Steps towards a healthy life involve small adjustments, not drastic measures. At least half an hour of exercise a day to relieve stress. Small 5 to 6 meals, heavy on fruit, and 8 hours of timely sleep. The Fortis Health for You campaign does just that, helps you make that change. It promotes healthy living as an everyday routine, raises awareness about key health risks and talks about precautions, and teaches how to act in time to avoid severe damage. One focus area is CPR training for you and me, a life-saving technique used in a situation in which someone's breathing has stopped. Critically, the campaign creates a channel for emotional support. If you or your loved one is suffering...
I was just going to say, I'd like to learn. I'd like to learn.
Shivinder volunteers.
When I come back to Bangalore. Okay, done.
In fact, you could be the biggest messenger for this. It's so simple to transfer across that it has a multiplier effect.
Absolutely. I would love to.
We're going to hold you to that. We're going to get you to learn this, and then that becomes...
Yes, please, I want to.
All right.
Of course I want to.
Add a mindset issue to this as well, because like Sir was saying, CPR sounds, and people believe it to be something that a professional is supposed to do. Absolutely. So like he said, you know, ward boys and stuff like that in a hospital. The point is, if citizens understand that a citizen is trained and can do it, it's a life skill. It's not a clinical skill. It's not a technical skill. It actually goes a long way. So I think one of the things that we should encourage through this program is for people to understand that a CPR can be done by any individual. It's not a doctor or somebody like that, or a policeman. So I would say, you know, first aid is seen differently. I would actually call it citizen aid more than first aid. That every citizen must know how to aid another citizen. and actually coined a citizen aid as a term to say every citizen.
I thought these days, Prannoy, it was more the media than the police.
Sometimes we need to also.
So I guess, are you going to be learning the CPR as well?
Absolutely. Just after this, we're all going to learn. So that's a simple sort of a thing which everybody should learn. Each and every one of you should learn what to do if somebody suddenly has a heart attack or collapses in front of you. It's not that difficult to learn. And if you do it, you can save lives, perhaps including in your own family.
Can I just say that the motto should be, let's make India heart safe. That's what it is. Let's make Mumbai heart safe, let's make Delhi heart safe, let's make India heart safe.
And one of the things that we're going to be doing in this campaign is we are going to be having actual camps, CPR camps, where we're going to be training people in all corners of the country. So, we'll flash them for you and do come along for any of them if you get the chance. I just want to move on a bit and now start coming to some of the people we have out here. First of all, on the question of India being a risky country, what you need to do for your health ever since and for your heart in particular.
Yeah, actually,
It's a lovely idea. Instead of sending hearts on cards, just say I'm donating my heart. Deepika, that's another course for you to take up. Everyone who wants to send you a Valentine should just say I'm donating my heart instead.
Yeah, so I should just tell all the boys to give me their hearts. Like physically, like just give it away.
Okay,
we'll have no shortage of donors after that.
On a serious note, you cannot overemphasize what he has said just now. India has a potential with our knowledge, our technology that we have, has a potential to become the transplant capital of the world. And except Tamil Nadu, all other states are miserable in their records. We need to create a public awareness, and we can be transplanting the whole world, all organs.
I'll give you an example. We in India last year did, as a country, 25 transplants. It's very important for people to realize that when we pledge our bodies, we actually save or benefit 26 lives in a single go. And that includes corneas and hearts and livers and kidneys, and that's why it's so important.
Right. Can I just go to Jasbir Singh Grewal, then Vijay, just to get your sense of everything that we've heard so far, and a couple of, you of course a member of the Fortis Foundation, you look after that.
If you have 5 out of 10 people in urban that might have a cardiovascular condition or diabetes, 3 out of 10 also have it in rural India. And I think we really need to see this.
Food you eat, it's about how you live your life. So 3 top tips. You can make it 5 if you like.
Yeah, okay, number 1, diets don't work, lifestyles do. People are killing themselves going on these crazy diets. They're losing more of their health. People are straying away from the traditional